Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. I want to make a couple of pieces of ephemera or, inserts, journal inserts today. And I thought we'd do an envelope and a pocket for the inside cover. I saw this pocket on, I want to say it was Shabbydabbydoodah. Shabbydabbydoodah. But I will find the video and link it below. I just saw it yesterday or the day before, so it was very recently. So anyway, let's get started. Let's do the envelope first. I have a little bit of this fabric here that is from a lace blouse that I've used quite a bit, and it's kind of a blue color. It's not exactly the same as the periwinkle. In fact, when I put the blue next to it, it almost makes the periwinkle turn a little purple. But I wanted to use it up, and I thought if I use it down here, it's not going to really matter. Because there are some blue and pink shades in here, we have a lot of leeway. So this is one of the envelopes from the collection by Dawn. It's the book Vandal shop on Etsy, and the collection is called Vinca Victoria. All the information will be in the description box so that you can grab this kit if you'd like. It's beautiful. It has a ton. I think there's 12 sheets of ephemera and 13 background pages. So it's a big collection. Very nice. So I haven't done anything to this side of the envelope, but I have on this side just put a piece of little lace trim and this little scrap of fabric. I thought that looked fun. So here's another one that we have that is also from the collection, and Dawn was very careful to make sure that this was right side up and that when you had this, these were all right side up, which I absolutely love. So fun. Alright, so let's ink this. I could have already done this. I'll fast forward through this part, but I actually printed this one out on cardstock because I wasn't paying attention. I usually print the envelopes either on 28-pound or sometimes 40-pound paper because I just I like it a little thinner. The 40-pound is my favorite, but I happen to print these out on 110-pound cardstock, and I'm not going to waste them. I'm going to use them, so they'll be a little sturdier. I'm going to go ahead and ink both sides of this, and I'll see you in a minute. I think we're good. I am using gathered twigs for this project. Kind of go back and forth between the gathered twigs and vintage photo. Every once in a while I'll do the walnut. I only have a little teeny tiny walnut stain, so that's why I don't use that one as much. And I have the oxide. I like the oxide better than just the regular dye-based ink. Okay, isn't she pretty? I just love that image. I think this is also on the belly band. That's in the collection. Alright, so I am just going to run some of this along the bottom. Don't really want to cover her up. But, well, I guess I could line that up there. Even if it's on her face, you can see through it, so. Bring that up and trim that little piece off. Excuse me. And then there's a little bit of glue in there, but I'm going to go ahead and add just another little swirl. And what I'm going to do with this has some little pieces of things hanging off. I'm just going to kind of squish and ruffle it up a little bit, like so. give it a little bit more interest. Maybe tuck a little bit under here so it's not sticking up so much. And then I'll trim this piece off. There we go. All right, and then I have this beautiful button. I have these containers of buttons, and I probably got 6 or 8 of these because I bought a few, and then my sister bought me a few because she didn't know I already bought them. But they've got really, really fun buttons. In fact, there's a blue one right there. Really, really fun, and I think, oh, it doesn't say how many are in there, but I think there's got to be at least 100 buttons in each one, so I'm set for buttons. So let's, I want to put this here, and I'm going to use some of this wax linen. I don't use it as much. I do use it for bookbinding, but it's waxed, but the wax is kind of not sticky anymore. So let's start. We have 4 holes, so we'll start on the top and go through 2 holes. And then we will come back up through the other 2 holes. And tie a knot. Easier said than done. There we go. Okay, and then I usually trim this off at about 1/4 of an inch. Oops. Alright, and then we will glue this button down. This is a really neat button. I don't know if you can see all those little, almost looks like wood grain in there, but I like it. So we are going to place that here. And we will call that envelope done. I'm going to hold that there for a minute. And let's see, I thought I had I do. I have a paper clip here, so I'm just going to clip these together so that they will stay closed and not snag on things. But aren't those pretty? So you could easily use these as pockets. I'm going to use them on the, you know, just paper clip them into the journal. So I'm going to set that aside to dry. And let's work on this envelope. So like I said, I saw this envelope on YouTube a couple days ago, and it's really easy, and I think I've made it before, but there's so many ways you can fold these envelopes, and it's so fun. So I've got a number 10 business size envelope here. I don't know why that's wet. Oh, I have a baby wipe over here. Oh well, it'll dry. I'm going to seal it closed. And like I said, this one's coffee dyed. You wouldn't have to use coffee dyed. Use whatever you have. You can ink around it. Alright, so I'm going to seal that closed. Alright, so I am going to fold this up so that it's about 1 inch. Not exactly, maybe, but about 1 inch. And I'm going to use my bone folder just to flatten that out, so that it'll lay nice and flat. And then I'm going to take this corner and fold it to this corner. I'm leaving about little over 1/8 of an inch there, and then make a fold here. Now I do want to go ahead and ink around this because I am going to put some background papers on here, and it is easier to do when it's not glued down. So I want to glue on that edge, or glue, ink on this edge, ink on this edge, ink on this edge. This would make a really great floating pocket as well, but I will be attaching it. So The size of these envelopes is about 4 1/8 by 9 1/4. Excuse me. So for me, having folded that up to about 1 inch there and then folding down the corner, my pieces here that I'm using for matting ended up being I want to say this is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4 for this piece. And then I did a triangle that was 3 1/2 inches square and split it in half to mat the triangle portions. So, all right, let's get this on here. All right, so there is going to be a pocket here, so I need to trim that off just a smidge, just to open that up. Oops. Let's do it this way. I'm so close to the edge it didn't want to. There we go. All right, so I have a hole in the top, a hole, pocket in the top, and then we will have this here. So I'm going to glue this side down. Is that right? Yes. Okay. Double check myself. All right. So I'm going to seal that up. So now we have a pocket in the top and a tuck spot here. Now we want to have a little tuck spot here, so we're going to glue this piece down. Now, I did this the first time, so I'm going to tell you how to do it so you don't repeat my mistake. Don't put your glue on the bottom of this because I left a little margin. Now, if you bring it all the way down to the bottom, go ahead. But because I left a little space there, put your glue on this piece. Oops, sorry. Put your glue on this piece. All right, and that way you don't have to clean up a gluey mess. This is open for a pocket there. We only wanted the glue on this side. Got a little bit of ooze. Okay, so let's put this piece on. I'm going to ink around this. This was the other side of this little triangle here. And like I said, I want to say it was 3 1/2 square, and I just cut it in half diagonally. All right. I just thought for this book, I'm doing a hardcover 2 signature journal, so I thought I might go ahead and do some extra little things that I don't normally do in my journal, and one of those things is make some really cool pockets or whatever. I don't know what I'm going to make until I get there. All right, so you could use something that had a little bit more decoration on this pocket if you wanted to. All right, now I do these clusters, and I don't know, I think I got this idea from Gail Agostinelli. You just take 5 things, and I keep a collage box. This is an old puzzle box that I got from my son, and I keep miscellaneous pieces. In fact, it never is empty because when I start, the more I use, the more it multiplies. But anyway, I keep little pieces. You can see Artie Mae's little Vintage Days pieces in here. I've got dictionary, music pages. There's Anna Griffin? Anna's flowers, and all the calico collage, all kinds of pieces of things. You know, little pieces that I've punched out, little trim pieces from scrapbook paper, and I collage with these. And so I think, like I said, I think it was Gail, and she said just take 5 pieces and staple them. So you can go through and make like a bunch of piles of these. And I have a container around here somewhere that has a bunch, and sometimes I'll just put them on the page on the side for a decoration. But when I saw this tutorial, she had used I think it goes this way. She had used just some clusters, and I thought, well, this would be perfect for this. So that's what I'm using. So I've got dictionary, I've got a piece of lace, I've got, I think there's music paper under there. You can't see the music, but it looks like coffee dyed paper sticking out. And then I've got a piece of the mocha trim, and then one of the circles from the collection. So that is what I've stapled. You can see my staple there. And then I'm going to glue this down, and then we're going to put a button on this too. I want to use the buttons in this kit with this kit, not in the kit, but I want to use buttons for decorations because I have so many of them and I like them. They're cool. So just get a little glue on here and stick that down on that pocket. And we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put my glue bottle there. We're going to do the same thing here with the button. Get a piece of this black linen thread. This one only has 2 holes, so we're going to start from the back. And I probably got too long of a piece, but I'd rather have a little bit more and not have to cut another piece than make it too short. I have also, I use these for antenna sometimes, for butterflies or whatever. So alright, so I've tied a knot. I'm going to snip that down to about 1/4 inch and glue that right on top. And I think it'll be easier if I put the glue on the button then try to get the glue in the right spot. I'm using a little bit more so that we have a little bit of thickness there, and I think I'm just going to put it right there on top of that staple. Right there. I've got glue all over. Right there. Okay. So now we've got a left and right pocket, and then if, so let's see, okay, so I've got a top pocket here, and I've got a right pocket here, a pocket here. Now if I attach this on 3 sides on the page, I'll also have a pocket here. So I think that's probably, I'll probably maybe even go this way in the book when I attach it. I don't know, we'll see. So I've got those, and then I've got the 2 envelopes, and we'll do some more next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye now.